What's up,
So y'all back at it again. Y'all heard what I said, Sports Entertainment Podcast. Right here with Tout, Diesel D, Don, they don't want none. Special guest, my cousin. Introduce yourself, young fella.
Trell Robinson.
It's Trell Robinson.
Trell in the building.
Got Trell in the building. That's
what I
Trell
said.
Robinson _ Instagram. Go follow the young kid. Here I go. So we're gonna talk about these game sevens first. So let's start in the Eastern Conference. We had
You mean
the
hockey
Celtics.
game sevens? It was 5 game sevens.
Hell yeah, you gotta spread it out, Joe. We did some basketball episode.
This bad. We're gonna talk about the game sevens in the NBA. We're gonna start with the Celtics and the Bucks game 7. So the Celtics advanced. They advanced in convincing fashion against the defending champions. So they take out the defending champions. So what are y'all takeaways from this game for both teams?
They lost me money. Bucks is supposed to repeat. But,
The biggest takeaway is Giannis is the best player in the league. No debate about it.
There we go.
Win or lose,
I was waiting for somebody to say it with me.
yeah,
that boy cool.
I give it to him a little bit.
you know I
A
let
little
you go
bit.
next time because you know I gotta get my and a Stephen A. And
Biggest takeaway is the Bucks is really missing Chris Middleton, like a lot.
Absolutely.
That's a
And
good
then-
takeaway.
100% correct.
And then what Tout said, like their defense, the Bucks got good defense, but they leave people open for threes.
That's
a
their
lot.
game plan.
And then Grant Williams made him pay. It was the Boston hero in
Nah.
game 7. That man shot 18 threes. Wonder how
Using the Grant
Grant Williams
You
shoots
thought the Grant
18
Williams
threes.
day, game 7,
18 threes.
and a guard,
In
TD
one
guard.
game. Because they just kept leaving them open. That's why they lost.
There was no reason for the Bucks to not at least, in my opinion, get back to the NBA Finals, at least try to repeat. But they stopped at the Boston Celtics, and I heard 2 true things before it got to me. I heard that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the league, and that's just the league in the world. That's
Well,
one.
goddamn it.
Second thing that I heard was true is that the Bucks miss Middleton, and me and Tup already talked earlier. The Milwaukee Bucks did not. I mean, the Boston Celtics did not just win this game. The Milwaukee Bucks lost it. Milwaukee Bucks lost it, and they lost it based off their game plan of allowing Boston Celtics to take advantage. As Darren already pointed out, you got Brook Lopez. Now, while you're getting the offense that you haven't gotten from all series, you're happy, so you want to leave him in the game. He's also an interior defensive anchor. But he's just like Rudy Gobert. He wants to block every shot. He stays in the paint. Grant Williams will shoot every damn shot.
That's what he
We
did.
witnessed Grant Williams lead a game in scoring that had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Giannis Antetokounmpo in the
27
game.
points.
He let everybody in scoring.
That shit was
And
worse.
that's just something that can't
worse.
happen in a game
That was
7.
worse than Finney Smith hitting them 8 threes.
And like I said, at the inside the NBA at the game 7, Ernie broke it down perfect. We talked about it earlier. Last game of the season. Bucks, you rush your players and lose. Boston plays their players and wins. Y'all end in the same record. They get the tiebreak and get home court advantage. Now, if this was probably in Milwaukee game 7, Grant Williams might have had the confidence to hit fucking 7, 8, 9 threes. But in Boston, with them crowd behind him, I'm shooting every shot because I know I can blow the roof down if I hit one. And Bucks, they played themselves out of this win. And I mean, they can say they missed Middleton, but that's the reason why you play the entire 82-game season to get to this point. You can say you're not worried about home court advantage, but you never know the unforeseen circumstances. One of the unforeseen circumstances that Chris Middleton got hurt and you didn't have him. You didn't have that 20 points per game playoff Middleton. So now you was depending on Giannis to give you 45 and 20 like he did in game 6, but he couldn't give you that. He gave you the rebounds, but he only gave you 23. And you really didn't get nobody else to step up because you was playing to a certain game plan. And it was too late for you to get out of it when you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. Why the fuck didn't Serge Ibaka play in the entire series?
I seen Serge over
Yeah.
that bitch sitting on the bench while all the Bucks was standing up. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
dude.
Serge.
But George Hill come back and play 23 minutes.
I was like, why you silent? You ain't gonna play.
All right, I'm gonna give you my takeaways. I'm gonna give you a few takeaways on the Bucks side. We already said it. Tro said it. But as I've been saying for the last 3 years, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world.
He been driving
He's
that
the
crazy.
world's greatest.
Another thing,
So that man stopped taking fours.
They
He
been
started the
missing
narrative.
Chris
He started the
Middleton.
narrative. Giannis
know
being the best in the
I
league.
definitely
He
did.
started it.
They clearly missed Chris Middleton, and my third takeaway is Mike Budenholzer lost the series. In Game 4, and the Game 7. Game 4 when Bobby Portis didn't play in the fourth
Bobby,
quarter,
bitch.
and the
Yeah.
Bucks
Bobby,
blew Game
bitch.
4 when they should have went up 3-1. Then in Game 7,
There's no excuse.
like we already talked about, when I'm giving up the open threes. And on the Celtics side, my takeaways is that this is the Celtics' best chance to make the finals. Another takeaway is that Ime Udoka deserves a lot of credit for the Boston Celtics start when in January he was under 500, and then they picked it up and finished as the number 2 seed, and then had one of the best defenses. And plus, Ime Udoka made those adjustments. And my last takeaway is that Jason Tatum is becoming a go-to player.
I like that.
And the other thing, they say this is the biggest discrepancy between three-pointers made in NBA history in the series.
It was
With the Celtics and the Bucks.
interesting. All right. Well, now
He shacked the fool. What? He shacked the fool. He shacked the fool. He's getting dumped on.
She's eating pizza. Number 4, Lakers and Wizards. Candace, cue the music.
Hey. He's good at it. Wow. Shaq, young Shaq.
Number 3, Jay Sean Tate. Needed a little extra help to get this bucket.
You ran out of power. You know you
ran out of
got on
talent.
the-
You ran out of talent.
No, but when you
Oh,
put
no.
on the controller.
Oh, that was nice right there.
Yes.
Couldn't be more proud of the team and the competitiveness and the character and the toughness, and it's a great group. We've been through a lot together, a lot of basketball. We've had success, and now tonight, we hit a wall, or we met our end, and it hurts and it's hard. But my respect and love for the team isn't any different right now than it is at any other time.
Not at all. I thought they were the better team, and this series really showed two things. Number one, Milwaukee needed Chris Middleton. Their half-court offense was terrible in this series, and they were going against the best defense, not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs. 80 points per 100 possessions in the half-court. So much was on Giannis's shoulder in this series, and they couldn't get anyone to have offensive output at an efficient level. Drew Holiday did not have a good series. This was all on Giannis's shoulder. They needed Middleton. The second thing is Milwaukee's defense. I don't understand the strategy of allowing Grant Williams, a 41% shooter in the regular season, a 41% shooter from three in the playoffs, to have 17 standstill looks. I'm not including the 18th one because it was a bad catch and he threw it up at the end of the shot clock. 17 line you up, practice shots, 9 feet away, average distance closest defender when he caught the ball. That is ridiculous.
I understand why.
Why?
Because they were still trying to recover from what Jason Tatum did to them in Game 6.
They didn't even close out, though.
I'm saying that's what the hell happened. You had Budenholzer so petrified that Jason Tatum get going that he sat up there in game plan and said, "Listen, make sure he don't shoot. Damn it, we'll work out everything else. Let's make sure let anybody shoot but him." And he scared the living hell out of them because of what he did in Game 6 in Milwaukee, and they were punch drunk from it, and they didn't recover. We've seen it a lot.
They even put 2 on the ball with Petrick. If you see some of the highlights, they literally putting 2 on the ball with the guy Petrick. If I'm a coach,
Pritchard.
Okay, how you say his name? Pritchard, Richard. I don't care.
I was like, who is that?
Yeah. But they put
Pietrus.
They put the 2 on the ball with him.
Right.
Like, come on, man. What type of defense can sustain that throughout the whole game?
No question.
We have our Eastern Conference Finals matchup set. We got the Boston Celtics, number 2 seed, going against the number 1 seed Miami Heat. And before we get into that series,
Heat Nation.
let's talk about this guy right here. Let's talk about the series with the Heat and the Sixers. As the Heat took out the Sixers in 6 games to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I thought I was getting.
What are y'all
Mr.
takeaways
James
from
Harden.
that series?
He's obviously not that person
No,
anymore.
what are your takeaways from that series?
Joel and B faces broke.
My face is broken.
See, this the thing where they messed up at. That man had 2 major injuries. You kept saying why he out there playing. It's the damn playoffs. He gonna play. He had a torn ligament and his
But if you out there playing,
and his
there's no
face
excuse.
is broken. And then he wasn't shooting good field goal percentage. He really couldn't even play defense either.
That's his talking about playing defense.
All right,
Kobe
so
Bean
You're
Bryant.
trying to blame
Kobe
everybody
Bean-
but his guy.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
No, you're trying to blame everybody but your
I
guy.
wasn't finished.
Kobe Bean Bryant had a fractured thumb for like 7 seasons.
I wasn't finished. He's
Before
not
you
Kobe
finish,
Bryant.
a quick sentence. This is a classic moment of disagree and agree. I agree but disagree with you because I agree with Tel. You can't make excuses for a person going out there getting injured because if you're not going to go out there and give it your all, whether you're 50% or 100%, then don't go fucking out there. If you're willing to go out there, I need fucking effort. So if you want to go out there and not get effort,
Joel Embiid was not giving effort. You seen a bunch of times when people was going to the basket, he just stand. I seen one time PJ Tucker went and shot a floater while Embiid just looking at him.
Like, and it's some of the blame is on James Harden. He ain't the big. He ain't the big no more. But no, talk about games 5 and 6. Fucking Joel Embiid could not get the ball because Bam, like the possession, the shot clock just kept running down because Bam was stuck on him.
We already know Adebayo is one of the best defenders in the league. But at some point, you still Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was out there complaining about not being MVP, and you showing why you shouldn't have won it.
The offense.
That's what he was doing.
The offense, even though he was the big, used to be the big. When he got the offense is not run through James Harden. It's run through Embiid. So
James Harden still the point guard, basically.
So when he couldn't get Embiid the ball for like games 5 and 6, it was a problem.
So why he ain't doing his step backs? Why he
because
getting 2 shots?
It wasn't no more time to do that.
Because he getting D's that Max Strus and PJ Tucker.
After he's spending half of the shot clock or more than half of the shot clock trying to get and beat the ball and he can't get open, it's only like 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
All right, so at what point does an MVP James Harden's offensive IQ tell him, fuck it, let me go down the court and just straight get my most step back there?
What happened
I'm
to
just
game?
going
What
to
happened to
shoot
game
2
4
shots in the
James
second
Harden?
half because I can't get the ball to Embiid?
I can't explain that. Not the 2 shots in the second half. He should have shot more.
Alright.
Like, and to kind of defend Embiid, like you said, sometimes he couldn't get the ball because sometimes he had 2-3 niggas on him.
They doubled him
before he
most
got
of
the
the
ball. I never seen 3 people on
Embiid
Harden
knows how to pass out
ever
the double
that
team.
whole series. I seen 2 at times. But at what point are you going to see that the advantage is in your favor because they double and triple teaming, penetrate and find an open person? If there's 2 to 3 people on Embiid, there's somebody open, bro.
Because you know Embiid's going to get double teamed. Because that's how good he is.
Yo, I mean, Embiid, what the thing that would get me when he was getting the ball 12 seconds off, he turning around. Hella triple threats. Here come Jimmy, here come Bam, here come PJ. And he still shoot the ball and wonder why I get blocked. Think I'm going to get it blocked too.
But on the other end, to me, the Heat was the better team anyway. To me, the Heat got the best overall team. And I thought that at the beginning last year, I thought it was the Celtics. This year, I thought it was the Heat. Because everybody that come in the game on that Heat can contribute. They was almost like the East Suns. Like everything, even due to all the injuries and with Oladipo coming back, somebody like Cody Marley, he could come in and be a hustler. Caleb Marley. He could come in and be a hustler and contribute. Duncan Robinson don't even get in the fucking game no more because they found a better.
No, Duncan Robinson don't get in the game because he can't contribute.
Because they found a better Duncan Robinson and Max Strus.
Because all Duncan Robinson do is shoot threes. Max Strus gives you threes, defense, and rebound.
Duncan Robinson just go around and down picks and shoot threes.
He's literally only looking for 3. He's not looking to do anything.
Nothing else at all.
And they just gave that man that contract.
Gabe Vincent decent. He come in.
I was hyping that contract up too. I thought he was gonna produce.
You still got Marquise Morris.
You got at least go there give me 3
You
threes.
still got Marquise Morris over there sitting on the bench.
Keith ain't doing nothing.
I think you don't saying something
recovering from the Jokic shit stick.
The
only person that don't get in the game is Udonis Haslem.
Haslem don't want to get in.
Everybody can come in the game.
Keith don't get in
and contribute some type of way, even if it's the fucking your boy Double
Keith
D.
Double D, my boy, Dwayne Dedmon.
Dwayne Dedmon.
That's what I tell you. Dwayne Dedmon. Nigga, don't forget about my boy Yurtsevin.
In some type of way.
Remember when everybody had COVID?
Yurtsevin?
Oh, he was a double machine.
He could do something too.
Oh man, Yurtsevin. He a rookie though.
Yeah,
so
he might go play the playoff minutes.
All right, then your takeaway. I'll give y'all my takeaways before I let them go. My takeaway on Philly is that James Harden is not the bed no more.
Not the bed.
My
That
take-
boy is number 13.
Yeah, I was about to
now.
say, as Charles said in the car, we thought, and B thought he was getting a bed, but we didn't get James Harden. We got number 13.
Come on, y'all. Y'all
And I ain't done yet. My other takeaway
Coming into the
is,
game, number 13.
and B needs to stop falling, because that man hurt Danny Green.
Danny Green for
That's
real,
terrible.
bro.
And my last takeaway is, I can't, as Jimmy Butler said, they chose Tobias Harris over me. That's my last takeaway.
Yo, that Philly team was stacked.
No, I don't think that's the case.
That
It
Philly
wasn't
team
Yeah,
was
that Philly team was stacked.
It wasn't just Tobias Harris. They kept Ben Simmons.
But Jimmy wanted some money too, though.
Yeah, and Doc Rivers.
The thing is,
Another
they couldn't
thing.
keep all four of them. That's why I think that was
And he said they chose Tobias
that
over
was a one and
him.
done thing.
And let me go to that on the Heat
Yeah,
side.
that trade was specifically made to get a
They
championship that
fucking
year.
lost to that damn
Yeah,
Kawhi
Kawhi
shot.
tried.
All right, on the Heat side, my takeaways for them, like as Darren said, I believe that he also had the best team this season because you've seen they picked up PJ Tucker from Milwaukee, which I don't know why Milwaukee didn't re-sign him. They traded for Kyle Lowry, he's been hurt, but he should be back for this series.
One of Villanova's
And
greatest.
they have Jimmy Iverson, Bam, and they have like the top defense. Let's not forget the $6 million hero.
Everybody that comes in on Miami plays
They
defense.
plays defense.
They have a defensive core. It just has so happens that damn everybody can bench for it. You don't know.
And let's not forget Eric Spoelstra.
Did
And
you see
another
the way they
thing
was playing them past
is this
the Miami
so-called
Game
Heat
6?
culture that everybody talks about. Come on, man. You playing two people in your starting lineup were undrafted. And y'all in the Eastern Conference Finals with Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. And now look at them. That's my takeaways.
Number 2, James Harden and DeAndre Jordan bring the screen pass from the gridiron to the hardwood.
Whoa. Why are we
Look
talking
away,
about my
left
knees
go.
like that?
Hey, left go.
Somebody's knees must about to do that.
Flare screen. No, see, I don't blame. Yeah, that's not DeAndre.
That's not
That's not his fault. He's setting a flare screen.
No, he raised his hand for the ball. Throw it.
No, he was flare
The
screen.
screen. No, hold on. When the big guy does it, number 1, souvenirs. This week, only head to your local NBA arena and leave with a game ball.
Oh, man, all the bench get hit. Shoot it.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Ooh, why? What?
Throwing it at the.
That was his 7th throw.
That's genius. Who did
Wow.
that? Who?
Shout out to Cap.
Yo, that was good.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Turtlenecks. How could you ruin my storefront? We have a sale this.
Avoid being discouraged. It's discouraging. How could you not be discouraged?
I'm not crying over being discouraged.
That performance by James Harden requires an investigation. How in God's name do you play? You go 22 minutes in the second half and attempt one shot. It was a horrific performance, anemic and impotent performance by James Harden. And I'm really interested in seeing what the Philadelphia 76ers are going to do with Doc Rivers because I smell something and it don't smell right at all.
So I guess every year is all about, whatever you guys decide, whatever fits the narrative as far as, who's going to win. But to me, the only thing I say about these awards is that, until, I don't know how to explain it, but, I go back to, what I saw or what I heard on the podcast about, Bill Simmons basically saying, it sounded like he had a grudge against somebody saying, F Jalen Green. So, if we're going to allow, this type of people to vote, on these awards, like, that's not fair. Like, what if Jalen Green was, in a position to earn a Supermax or, I don't know, or an all-star appearance, and you got, someone, signing like that, and he has a lot of power. He can sway a lot of other media members and you got someone saying those type of stuff. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's.
But that's not going to translate into
Jimmy Butler's going to be an important figure in the history of Miami basketball.
Because why?
Each and every night.
There is nobody in the Miami Heat who is significant unless they win. And Miami is not going to win. I am telling you, Alonzo, more
win what?
Like competing for championships.
No, but they'll win. But they'll be a perennial playoff team, and you will know you played the Heat, whether you win or lose.
We don't know what they'll do next year
I
either.
believe the Miami Heat will be going home in the first round. I'm saying to you, when we talk about the Miami Heat, we talking about Brooklyn, we talking about Philly, Toronto's the reigning defending NBA champions. You got the Greek freak in Milwaukee. Ain't nobody think about
Tobias Harris over me?